Hey, how do you do, guys? It's Brahim here, and welcome back to another episode of the West Brom career mode. Now, we're in deep trouble, as you saw, as we ended last episode. We're sitting down at the very bottom of the table, 0 points from the first 3 games, no goals scored, even going out on the EFL Cup first round, the Carabao Cup, that is, first round. And we're facing a potential relegation rival, Aston Villa, in our first game of the episode. Now, obviously, I wanted to record this game live. I did so. I did have my mic muted as for the last 2 games of the last episode, but after this, we're going to have it back under control. As you can see, our lineup for it, exactly what you'd expect. The only change is Matty Phillips coming on at that right mid spot for Matheus Pereira. Matheus Pereira hasn't been impressive too much, but Matty Phillips has been asking for a start. As we look at Aston Villa's lineup, Emi Martinez, Frederick Gilbert, Sergio Gomez, as we concentrate my target, the defense. No idea who De La Cruz is, he ran me all game long. And Ross Barkley stepping in a left wing spot. Now, I haven't checked, but judging from their bench, it looks like they have sold Jack Grealish, and with that they will definitely be a relegation candidate. Now, we gave away a free kick in the 25th minute or something right here. Wesley gets on the end of it and loops it over Sam Johnston, who was caught in no man's land there, you'd have to say it. Poor positional play from our goalkeeper. But yeah, 1-0 down. We didn't create much until the end of the first half, but here we go in the 38th minute. We got Colin Grant running down the right-hand side here. Finds it back into Matt Phillips, taking up a good position here, and he shoots it straight at Emi Martinez. We're looking for better from him if he wants to keep his place in the starting spot right here. And yeah, from there, Martinez gets it out, Wesley picks it up, and McGinn plays into Barkley, and Aston Villa look to build the attack. But Ivanovic has got different ideas. Liverpool plays it into Alcaraz. His first game, can he get his first contribution for the club, and he plays into Grant, and he hits it just straight, just bang it. Balotelli style in like back in the European Championship. I don't know what was it 2012? It's been ages ago now. But what a hit by Colin Grant. They look so much better coming off the crossbar. Alcaraz finds him in behind. He just stays on the right side of Konsa, just bangs it into the top right corner. What a finish. The first goal I scored myself in this career mode. Let's go. And hopefully there are many more to come in the next few episodes and games. But here we go, just before half time. Aston Villa with a corner, and Gilbert is absolutely free at the penalty spot. No one bothering him there. So luckily he just misses, and we go into half time 1-1. Back off the other side of half time, Raul gets on the end of a corner, but sadly can't convert. But here we go, Aston Villa attacking again in the 75th minute already. I think over to McGinn, who'll find it over the top to Barkley. Barkley with the cross, and Raul, he just ran straight past him. Ollie Watkins absolutely free, and the defensive play. We brought Raul in to get some control into that back line. It just hasn't happened yet. Hopefully he can do better in the next few games. I know I was controlling him, but obviously I didn't tell him to just run past like that. He just did. Trezeguet absolutely free there. No, Watkins it is, absolutely free there. And he can just simply head it into goal. Sam Johnston, not much he can do from that kind of distance. 2-1 down, we desperately need that goal to get something from this game against the potential relegation rival. Pereira into Grant, shot blocked, and Aston Villa will clear. And here you go, last chance of the game. Conor Grant, can he take a pass counter? No, he can't. Full-time whistle goes, and we remain on 0 points. Finally got that first goal to get us off the bat, but I don't know how much more time we're going to have before I'm going to get the sacking. So yeah, we're jumping into today's episode with live transfer deadline and a load of games looking to get off the bottom of the table. And I'll see you for those in a moment. So, another game, another defeat, makes it 4 in the Premier League with 0 points and 5 overall with the loss to Chillingham in the EFL Cup as well. It's been an embarrassing start to our West Brom career. We sit in 19th in the table in the Premier League. We're saved just from the last spot by Fulham, who haven't played their 4th game yet. I don't know who it is against, but they might just overtake us as well. Next game is going to be against Burnley, who sit in 8th, highly overperforming, and it's going to be a difficult schedule to get back on track anyways. If you have a look, we have Burnley followed by Tottenham, Leicester, Liverpool, all definitely top 6 containers. And if we're still in a job, we're going to have some big relegation battles against Fulham, Southampton, as well as Newcastle, 3 in a row there. Hopefully we're going to be in a job just to give us a fighting chance at that stage. But at a 54 manager rating, I'm not too sure about it. If we look at our finances, we've got 8.5 million to spend. We desperately still need some improvements, but that's not really going to buy us a first team player permanently. But we'll see what we can do with some wheeling and dealing. If we have a look at the squad, Looks much like the same as it did last episode. And obviously hole in there is another centre back. We already signed Raul, and the club also signed Ivanovic over the summer without me in control. But it's just been so poor defensively, so wayward, and we desperately need a new player. We also need a third choice goalkeeper. David Button didn't really perform that amply last game out. When he's probably still going to remain our second choice goalkeeper, but I want to just bring some talent in, just someone who can pressure those kind of guys to keep the performances up if they want to stay in the team and hopefully develop nicely. But for centre backs, we've got a load of players on the shortlist here, players who were formerly off the club. All of those are either not realistic, not feasible financially, or just not good enough in the case of Curtis Davis. And then we also have Callum Chambers and Mary Demirel, players who I'm hoping to get in on loan. Callum Chambers is actually on the loan list, so we're definitely going to be able to bring him in on loan. Mary Demirel, though, he's a way better player, 6'4", very agile and fast for a player of his size, and very, very good defensively, so I'd love to have him. Hopefully, Juventus are going to let us approach him. Nope. They're not. We're not going to be able to bring Mary Demirel in on loan. So it's just going to have to be Callum Chambers, and I hope so desperately that we can get him in, because we desperately need some defensive qualities. Now here we are on transfer deadline day, advanced just 1 hour, and Callum Chambers is in. Let's go! I didn't show you this. I did list up Hegazi because I'm hoping to get in Chambers, and we need to make up some space in terms of the centre back positions. And I listed up Hegazi, hoping that we get some offers in for him. 2.55 on deadline day, a last minute bid here for a player we just recently listed up. I'm quite happy with that. I'm hoping he's going to take it. I was a bit upset that I listed him up, but Callum Chambers is into the club. Come on, let's have a look at him in the squad right now and how that boosts our overall team up as well. So Carl Bartley's going to go off the bench, sadly, and Callum Chambers is going to come onto it, and there you go, 75 rated. That just pushes our team overalls up very nicely. No player lower than 74 rated other than Diangana. We obviously have players like Phillips and Grosicki on the bench who can back him up. So he's just in the starting squad because he's such a good talent and can really make a difference in games with his dribbling stats. But yeah, overall, it's a very nice team. I would be comfortable going into Premier League season with this if we didn't just start out with 4 losses straight. But following that Callum Chambers signing, we're just going to keep on moving and look for that backup goalkeeper I was talking about. Now, Danny Martin was on the loan list when I looked him up at the start of the transfer window. And I'd like to bring someone in over David Button after his poor performance against Gillingham, conceding 4 goals. So we're just going to see if that's still an option, approach to loan. Sadly it isn't, as it was with Demirel, so he's going to get off the transfer list here. Now we've got a lot of different options here. We've got Gavin Basunu, who coming from the lower reaches of English football in Rochdale, 68 or 18 years old, definitely a good talent, like a huge talent. Has got loads of space to grow into. But we've got players who are more ready for the now. In Mark Travers, 66 rated, who could potentially challenge David Button for that second spot, and Iñaki Peña from Barcelona as well. So it's a bit of a difficult decision for me. I think. As I'm looking to save some money, maybe we need to make some moves in January. Also, just to let you know, we pay like 70% of Callum Chambers' wages, which is going to be not quite £40,000 a week. Now, I think I'm going to go for Gavin Basunu. Just save some money. We don't really need someone to be kind of in that mix with David Button. He's just going to be solid semi-solid as a backup, and Sam Johnson's hopefully going to play all of the remaining games in the season as we're out of the Carabao Cup. And he's definitely our starting goalkeeper, so I'm just going to go in for Basunu and hopefully that one works out. And there we go! Basunu is in. Let's have a look at him here. 60 rated. He's gone up in value massively to 925,000 coins. We paid 900,000 coins for him. We've got 8 times his wages with £4,000 a week, but it's very nice to have him in. And there you can see in the article £900,000. Good to have him, and hopefully he can develop nicely. He's also pushed up our manager rating because it's gone to the signing under 20 players objective. So very nice, good improvements to the squad, and we'll let advance through that deadline day now and see what happens. And a transfer for George Harmon. Come on, please. 2 hours to go. Just something to make me feel better. It's not really going to make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. As you can see, we had an offer in for Semi Ajayi with a central back from Lille in return as well, but he's going to be a big player for us coming off the bench and replacing some centre backs if they're getting injured. Also, Matty Phillips had that offer from Galatasaray, and Hegazi broke down as well. So it's been frustrating for the Atlante, but we got some good players in Callum Chambers and that third choice goalkeeper for us. And that's going to signal the end of deadline day. I'm not going to go too in depth with what the other clubs did, but the top deals were 110 million for Skriniar to Real Madrid, as well as Grimaldo. Wow, they're revamping the defense, spending 200 million between the two of them, and Saul going to Manchester City. So some big deals going on. We're going to end deadline day here, and yeah, unless there's a youth squad monthly report. I'm just going to show you the players we have in the youth squad real quick. As Harmon's transfer stock obviously end and the transfer window is closed. Those are the players we have. Nothing to write home about. Melnik, this looks like he's that scout future star you get at the start of the game. Very good to have him. Very excited. He's probably going to come into the team throughout the season. Also Lambert and Jimenez looking quite exciting. Flaherty is going to get released now. Looks like he's not going to make the cut, and we've got Basuno in now. And Matej Vezjak, 52 rated, and I'm still keeping him because I want to see how his rating changes once he changes to a right wing back, because I think he has got the better stats for that. But yeah, that's our youth squad right now. We're going to need to bring in some more youth players to get that youth development objective done. So we're going to send out our scout right now. I'm not going to sign a new one because I think Jansen Carnes is going to bring us back some nice players. I think the youth system is a bit overpowered in FIFA, but that's why I don't sign like the 5-star, and loads of scouts. But we're obviously going to be sending him out to England, just on a general mission, looking for 9 months straight away, and hopefully he can bring us back some good players in order for us to hit that objective to hopefully buy us some more time in the job. We've kept a bit over £7 million and £30,000 in the wage budget for the January window, and I'm hoping we're not going to need it as desperately to spend it as desperately as we did this summer window. This is going to be the squad we're going to be jumping into those next games with, and I'll see you in those. So boys, following our horrible start to the season, we've had a decent transfer window in terms of signing players, we've had a horrible transfer window in terms of selling players, and now we're jumping into a big game against an overperforming Burnley side sitting in 9th position. And we're, as you saw, just at the bottom of the table, 0 points from our first 4 games. And we desperately need to turn that around. And it's going to be a tough ask against Burnley because there is already pressure from the board to sack us. Burnley line up in their typical 4-4-2. Big signings for them include Michael Keane at centre back, bringing him back to the club, as well as Eric Lamela down the right hand side, who caused us a couple of headaches, and Musi Marega up top. So very good signings for them, good improvements. So you can see with that business and Sean Dyche in charge why they're in the position they're in. And yeah, to jump into it, the first opportunity will fall to us. Grady Diangana running down the left-hand side, bearing down a goal, shoots, and just hits it wide. Good opportunity to start out with, good pressure from us. Hopefully we can keep that up. Continuing on, it's going to be Burnley building down the centre of the pitch here, which they hardly did throughout the game. And Harvey Barnes hitting a dangerous shot from, Ashley Barnes that is, from just outside the area. But most of the time they just pumped it down the wing and went in from there. Lamela will deliver this free kick, and this is just going to be typical of the first half. I just wanted to show you why there were so little opportunities. This was just what was going on. Always defenders getting in the way, getting blocks and getting clearances in. But in the second half there was a bit more going on. In the 48th minute we jump in here with Burnley playing a nice 1-2 between Marega and Brownhill here, and Brownhill just slots it home towards the bottom corner, and we're down again, failed to score again until this stage of the game, and it looks like it's going to be the 5th defeat in a row, which will surely see us sacked and lose this job. But here we go, we'll try to answer on it, and Colin Grant turns his man, just about gets his shot off, but scuffs it wide. I don't even know how he got there, which is fair enough. But there we go, Burnley attacking again with this corner. Michael Keane back at the club, just heads it wide, can't get it on goal. Yeah, he does well to win the heading duel, but just not threatening the goalkeeper. And here we go on the break. I don't know why they opened up so much space for us. Alcaraz hate to place it in behind for Grant. Grant bearing down a goal. To the back post, Pereira, surely he can score here. No, it's saved by the goalkeeper, but Grady Diangana luckily picks up the pieces, and it's 1-1, and Or if we can get at least a point from this game, it would be huge. There we go, Colin on the break again. Placing into Diangana. Diangana for a second. And he finesses it. Past the goalkeeper into the far post. Come on! And it looks like it's actually going to be our first victory of the series. As you can see, Grady Diangana, the young lad, apparently has just become a father, celebrating the birth of his daughter, or maybe some of his friends. But I was so happy when that happened. A turnaround late in the second half, and it's 2-1 to us, and hopefully we can hang on to it. But here we go. We have the chance to get us third. No, Pope just about saves it. And that will see the end of this game, and we win it. 2-1. And that just buys us that little bit of time, a little bit of daylight that we needed ahead of a couple of very difficult games, including Tottenham, Leicester, as well as Liverpool, the next 3 games. So, yeah, we desperately need some points there. But as you can see, cutting straight back to the end of it, Jose Mourinho is the victor in our matchup against Tottenham, losing 4-0. We never stood a chance. It's been a poor performance, and team morale took a huge hit from that one. But next we jump into the game against Leicester, and yeah, 3 points from our first 6 games, that is. We desperately need to get something from this game in order to keep ourselves in this job. But nice 1-2 between Alcaraz and Grant just finesses it early on in the first half, 11 minutes in. And there we go. We're up again. Let's go. Hopefully we can hang on to this one. And yeah, just make it a sweaty win. I really, really did go for sweaty gameplay, like keeping the ball for as long as I could, not giving my opponent any opportunities, but that wasn't going to work the entire game against Leicester. They get a good opportunity here with Ayosi Perez hitting it straight at the goalkeeper, and early in the second half as well, they're on the attack. Madison finds Milik. Milik just dribbles around the onrushing Raul, and the rebound falls to a Leicester player as well, and Sam Johnson saves and it's cleared. And here we go, Alcaraz switches it out right to Grady Diangana, so finally another opportunity for us, plays a nice 1-2 with Kieran Gibbs. These two linked up very nicely in this game. Grady Diangana bearing down the left hand side, going towards goal, dinks it back to Alcaraz surely, straight at the penalty spot, a difficult volley to hit, but he should have done better, he should have at least got it on target. Sadly it doesn't, and thus it remains at 1-0. And here we go, Leicester looking to finally get that equaliser in the 85th minute, playing it into the box to Madison. Madison hits it, Sam Johnson with a great save, come on! Yes! And that is it, it's going to finish 1-0 to Leicester. It's our second win of the season, and it just about keeps us in the job. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. And as you can see here against Liverpool in the simulation, we're still only 2-0 down in the 65th minute, so I figured I'd jump in, see what happens. Maybe I can salvage a draw or something from here. I figured we'd be down more at that stage, so I figured I'd jump in, see how it goes. And 5 minutes into playing the game myself, Mane scored. So yeah, another 15 minutes in, Salah on the free kick, and there we go. 4-0. So that wasn't a good choice. Maybe I should have just let the simulation run out, leave it at not a thrashing of a defeat, just a calm 2-0 defeat, which would have been better for team morale. But in the end, we lost it even 5-0, and we've got a couple of huge relegation 6-pointers coming up against Fulham and Southampton now. Stay tuned for those. So, we're out of the bottom 3. Would you look at that? We're into 17th on 6 points after 8 games. It's not amazing, but after the start we had and the run of fixtures we had to beat overperforming Burnley side and Leicester City as well, I'm very happy with it getting out of there. The squad morale has taken a hit by those 2 pummeling against Tottenham and Liverpool, but never you mind, so long as we stay out of the relegation zone, it's all good and we should be keeping a job. But we have got a game against Fulham coming up which will decide our fortunes. Fulham obviously relegation rival, so let's see how this one goes. So here we are at the Hawthorns, taking out our fellow promoted team in Fulham, and our team is exactly as you'd expect it to be. Jack Livermore has lost his starting spot because, well, I had a look at his stats and his performances. He's just poor. Like he doesn't rectify the 74 rating whatsoever. This is going to be our squad, and Fulham are going to be lining up with Mark Rodigan to get a goal in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Kenny Tete, Adebayo, Kirsham Anderson, Robinson, Serian Johansson at the base of the midfield, Lookman, Onoma and Aina ahead of them at the cover read. It doesn't really look like that threatening a team. Mitrovic on the bench, no idea what they're thinking in that one. But I feel fairly comfortable with getting a good result of this game. Let's go. Kominovic finds Diangana. Kovacic into Colin Grant. Grant with a shooting opportunity here. He'll finesse it, and it's in the back of the net. There we go. Simple football. The space just opened up for Colin Grant, and we're 1-0 up. Let's go, boys. Oh, this is a huge game. This would be a huge result if we can hang on to a win here. But we're just 9 minutes in. We'll see what Fulham throws at us. Seri into Bobby Reed. And Alcos with a huge tackle. Drops to Lookman. Lookman will get a shot off. Ooh. Just about misses. Wow, what a brave tackle from Alcor as it drops to Lookman, who gets a good shooting opportunity and should really do better from there. But luckily for us, he doesn't. Pereira finds Grant, who will look for Nyom down the right hand side. Nyom in loads of space. Will he go for the cross? No, he shoot. Oh, tight angle. And a good save by Mark Rodak. He probably should have gone for the cross on that occasion. Who takes it past Alcaraz. Anama plays it into Reed. Tackled by Raul. And he'll fall over. But it's not a penalty. What a tackle by Raul. Very brave, very dangerous. But as long as it works out, that's fine by me. And we'll find Colin Grant on the counter attack here. Can he cut inside? Yes. Anderson just not fast enough. Colin Grant. It's 2-0. Oh, that was simple football. Come on. Yes. Colin Grant makes it 2. And looks like we're going to win this relegation 6-pointer. Come on! Looks to pick up the ball from the back. Finds it into Fabian Klos. We'll find Mitrovic on off the bench. Mitrovic finds Klos. Who'll score. It's 2-1 to Fulham. And we've kept them under such good control throughout the entire game. They've just broken through, and with the first proper opportunity of the second half, they score their goal. And it's game on. Got a lot of bodies flowing forward now. Mitrovic on off the bench here. He'll play it back inside to Johansson, who'll find Klos. Klos with a second, and it's 2-2. And we've given up a game we never should have lost our advantage. And it's from 2-0 down 2-2 in a matter of 14 minutes for Fulham. Down the right hand side here. Plays it back into Mitrovic. Mitrovic will find Klos. Not a third, please. No. Don't you dare. Chambers tackles him. Oh, we're in all sorts of trouble here. And Anderson wins the header from the corner, and we're going to another one here. And we're sweating big time here in the last few minutes of this game. Game we should have won. We might just be about to lose. Sawyers clears the ball, and that will see the full-time whistle go. It's going to be 2-2 against the relegation rivals. Really should have won that one, but them bringing Mitrovic and Fabian Klos on off the bench, it just killed us, and it's gonna be 2-2. Oh my god! Why? What? Apparently, my position at the club is under scrutiny. The board wants to inform you that your position at the club is currently under close observation. Your confidence as regards your ability to manage the club successfully has been undermined by recent results. What? Recent results have been great. We've turned our fortunes around. Oh my god. Ooh, it looks like we might just be getting the sack at the moment we just didn't expect it. Okay, so despite that email, till now we've been able to avoid the sack or any further information on it. We currently sit back down in the relegation zone after that draw with Fulham. So we're going to need to get a good result of the Southampton game. As you can see, we have the worst goal difference by a long way in the entire league. Southampton is reachable for us on 9 points, so if we beat them we can overtake them, which would be a huge result for us and would put us in a fairly comfortable position, as comfortable as we'd expect to be after 10 games. And yeah, hopefully we can do that. I just appeased the board a little bit by getting towards one of our objectives by putting Jimenez, our youth player, into the first team squad, because he's under 20 and he's got more potential than the whatever player in that position. He's already up to 64 weighted. That's because he actually came in as a central midfielder or cam, and we converted him to a right mid. So very nice to see. And yeah, we'll see his debut throughout the next, probably next episode. But let's jump into the last episode, last game of this episode. Hopefully, seeing us not finish the episode within the relegation zone. Let's go. Corner kick to Southampton here. They'll play it short to Redmond. Redmond dribbles around Pereira. Ward-Prowse plays it to the edge of the area to Sriracho. Sriracho is going to get tackled. No, he isn't. He plays it, gets it to, gives blocks. Another block by Alcaraz. Ward-Prowse just falls over. Pereira. Who's out on the ball? Sriracha. Plays it into Gibbs. Oh, what? No, who was that? Josh Sims. Doesn't matter. It's 0-0. James Chambers gets the ball off them, but it drops back to them, and they're always getting so many men forward here early on already. And Danny Ings on the ball, turns, can't get the ball off him with Alcaraz. Ings plays it into Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse shoots, and Johnston saves. Good save by our goalkeeper. We'll get it into the Angana. We'll find Krovanovic. We'll play it down the line to Colin Grant. Colin Grant, what can he do from here? Colin Grant goes for the chip. Back post. Oh, it's off the bar. Oh, what a cheeky attempt by Colin Grant. Wow. Look at that. It almost dropped into the back post. Redmond down the right hand side into Sriracha. Sriracha cuts it around the man and shoots, and he hits it straight into the far post. I didn't really think there was much threat going on there. Just ran straight past him. And what a finish to make a 1-0 there. Which look when I go to with Ivanovic, I didn't think he'd just zoom right past him. He did, and he's made great use of that opportunity, and it's 1-0 to Southampton. And Adams into Ings. This is just the position you want Danny Ings to be in, and of course he scores it. We're 2-0 down to Southampton, and it looks like we're going to end out this episode in the relegation zone with the sack looming large on us. Poor choice of pass, and Josh Sims obviously finds Che Adams through the gap there. I don't know what I was thinking going towards him with Raul, and what a composed finish over the top of Sam Johnston. It's relieved off it. Josh Sims plays it calmly into Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse through ball blocked by Ivanovic. Adams cuts it back to Sims, and Sims scores, and it's 4-0, and we're absolutely capitulating away to Southampton. Oh dearie lordy me. Keeps the hold of it. The Angana will find Pereira down the right hand side here. This is a good opportunity for us to get some salvation from this poor performance up to now. Pereira will find it back into Alcaraz. Alcaraz can't get a shot off. What's he done there? Good. The Angana will look for the run from Pereira, or is it Grant? No, it's going to be deflected cross, but Gunn makes the save, and it's going to be a corner to us. And there we go. 4-0, absolutely pummeled by Southampton. Very disappointing performances, and we're going to have to look at making some changes if we're still allowed to with this team. Because that will definitely leave us in the relegation zone, and another game where we absolutely lost our head and conceded 4 goals. So boys, we're going to leave today's episode at the eve of the game against Newcastle, who are having a very good season, sitting up in 9th, and we are sitting in 18th, so twice their position. But any result in that game would put us out of the relegation zone, which we desperately need to get out of. The board have just sent me another email saying that they remind me about looking to finish some of my objectives, because if you have a look at our objective screen, it's looking bleak. We haven't finished any of them. That is also due to that one just not registering. Like I haven't signed even any players who are from the nation of the club, and like 4 or 5 players from a different nation from the club. So that's very frustrating to see. But we'll just look to continue to push on and hopefully keep ourselves outside the relegation zone too much. And just have a look at the squad. A couple of players been growing nicely, and hopefully that continues on, and we'll be able to just push on and save ourselves from relegation. This is our first season, and more importantly for now, just to keep our jobs as we go into November and December in the next episode. If you did enjoy today's episode, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.